Hi, I'm Jeff Price, lead author of Practical Aviation Security, Predicting and Preventing Future Threats, and the former Assistant Security Director for Denver International Airport. I'm also a professor at the Metropolitan State University of Denver and the owner of Leading Edge Strategies, an airport management training company focused on airport operations, safety, and security. Today we're talking about airport identification badges. Several news stories have addressed concerns about lost and stolen airport ID badges, which allow personnel access to the security areas of the airport. Before everyone goes nuts about this issue, particularly politicians and TSA, let's realize a few facts about airport security badges. This isn't like losing the key to your house with your address printed on it. First, the vast majority of missing badges are lost, not stolen. There's not some widespread airport security badge theft conspiracy going on. I worry more about some ISIS-inspired American citizen without a criminal history getting a job at an airport, but I've written on that subject before, so let's stay on point. Usually when a badge is stolen, it's because it was in the employee's car or wallet or purse that was stolen, not because someone wanted to access the airport with it. Second, you need two things to get through most airport security doors. You need the badge, and you either need a unique PIN code or a biometric, such as your fingerprint or hand scanner. In some airports, you need all three: a badge, a PIN, and a biometric. Although biometrics in airport access control systems are not presently required by TSA, some airports have installed them anyway. So if you get your hands on an airport ID badge, unless you also know the employee's unique PIN code, you're unlikely to access a door to a security area. It's like having the front side of one's credit card information, but still needing the security code on the back to make a purchase. Individuals with employee badges are responsible for reporting when the badge is lost or stolen to the airport operator, who can then immediately shut down that card's ability to access anything at the airport. It will also trigger an alarm if someone tries to use it. Unfortunately, employees don't always immediately know when they've lost their ID. Maybe a few days before they're heading back to work. In the meantime, anyone who's found it and tries to use it must still know the employee's PIN to get the badge to work. Also, many of the missing badges are badges that have been expired and not turned back in. This happens frequently with airport construction projects. Expiration dates are printed on the front of every badge. This is like finding a credit card after its expiration date. The badge is no longer visually valid. Now, there's still the chance that an individual can take an expired badge and jump the perimeter fence or try and sneak through an open door that an employee has accessed. That's known as piggybacking. Every employee is required to watch for it. And if they see it, report it. Maybe you could jump the fence and walk around in the security area with that expired badge. And honestly, unless you're watching carefully, few people notice you're wearing an expired badge, provided you're also wearing attire that is typically worn on the ramp or in the security area, and you look like you belong. But this tactic requires you to breach at least 2 or possibly 3 layers of security. I'm not saying it's impossible, of course. TSA and airport security inspectors will often test employees by wearing the wrong badge or an expired badge. So I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it's harder. Now here's what I like about this story. It calls attention to aviation security. The theft of airline uniforms, badges, other identifications, never a good thing. And we need to remember why 14 years ago we decided to take aviation security seriously. I'm seeing too many articles and stories where people are getting tired of aviation security measures and not taking it as seriously as they should. Writing on aviation security history for so many years, it's easy to see the trend. Every time there's a tragedy, we take a bunch of measures, then the farther away we move from the tragedy, the more we slack off. Then we're shocked when someone attacks the system again. That said, I would still like to see biometrics made a required component of airport access control systems. That just makes it more difficult on the bad guys and reduces the consequences of lost and stolen badges. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Jeff Price.